Are you a family that's got a cruise booked and you don't know what to expect on the first day of your cruise? I'm here to tell you all about Embarkation Day and how to get it right. Hi, I'm Sarah, this is Mini Travellers, and we're here to help you travel better, smarter, for less, with our top tips and experience from cruising and travelling with our kids for many, many years. And today we're talking about the cruise embarkation process. So before you go on your cruise, you will need to download the cruise app. As soon as you book, you can go into your cruise app. We prefer to cruise with Royal Caribbean, and in the cruise app, you will put in your booking number and then you get the option to buy extras. So you can buy your drinks packages, you can buy Wi-Fi, extra dining packages, you can look at the kids clubs and all the activities available, and as it gets nearer to the cruise you can book some of these ahead. That makes life easy if you can book things ahead. Look for special offers, the prices, the drinks packages go up, they go down. So start to get to know your cruise, and then about 60 days out, then you get to check in. Do this, set your alarm for whatever date on your cruise app says to check in. Do this early, set an alarm, get on and check in. If you want to get on the ship earlier, because you will be given a slot, the earlier check in the better slot you get. So we always set our alarm as soon as that check-in opens. I'm on choosing my slot. I might not want to be the first on the ship, I might want to not get on until 2 o'clock, but I just want to make sure that I secure the slot that I want. Then you'll be told come to the port in that hour gap on that day. Around 30 days from your cruise, it varies with cruise lines, you will be sent, or you'll be given the opportunity to download luggage tags. So these you download. I download them on sticker paper because it makes it easier, because you can stick them at the end. You just unpeel and stick, or you take a stapler. So you take these and you put these on your cases on the day of your cruise when you arrive at the port or when you're leaving your hotel. Never fly in on the day of your cruise, because if there's any delays, the ship will leave you, unless you're flying direct with the cruise line and they've booked your flights, but still too much risk. Flying the day before, wherever you're flying to, whether it's Barcelona, Rome, Miami, a day or two before, spend a few days enjoying the sights and chilling, and that way you are there and you're local for the ship. I cannot stress that more, because I know people that have missed ships because they've gone on the day. So when you get up in the morning, you're going to remove all your airline tags, you're going to put your cruise tags on. When you go to the cruise port, you give your suitcase over to the ground staff, they will take it away, and you will see it around 2 to 5 o'clock that day. Because of that, you need to pack a travel bag. So before you get on the ship, you're going to, in the taxi, you're going to look in your app. I'll share a link to the muster drill, but you're going to do all your muster drills, like watch all the pre-videos, get on the ship and do your muster drill. So once you've got all that out the way, the kids, when our kids were younger, they wanted to go straight to the pool. So it's really important to have a travel bag ready. But before you do that, you want to think about any activities you want to do. So if you're on an quantum class ship and they've got the iFly, then some activities are free on port day. Whatever activities you want to do, or if you've booked a speciality dining plan, some stuff you can only book on the ship on embarkation day. So get on the ship, you've handed over your cases, you've arrived, you've done your embarkation time. Once you've done your muster drill, you're going to go, and any speciality dining that you haven't got booked but you want to book, any theatre shows, if you want to buy any extra packages, if you've got the drinks package and want to collect your fizzy cup for the kids for their soft drink packages, go and collect all of those things and get all those little jobs done. If you want to sign up for the kids club, check out what time the orientation meetings are so that you can go and sign in for those, and go up to the sports deck and sign your waiver forms. If the kids want to do any surfing, any of the zip wire, you need to do the waiver. So get that done, whether you do it on the app or whether you go to the sports deck and do that and sign them, so that that's all done and dusted, so that then halfway through the cruise, you don't want to queue up for the flow rider for, I don't know, to do the surfing for 40 minutes and get to the front and you haven't signed your waiver, because you've got to go back and do it. So go and do any booking, any waivers, any dining, get that done first. Then you're free to go for lunch. This is why we try to go in a bit earlier, because lunch is chaos. Getting super early, we may do the buffet, go and do the Windjammer and have the buffet restaurant, or you can go, there's lots of restaurants and cafes around the ship, but gauge that depending on how busy the ship is when you get on. Once you've done all that, the kids are going to want to hit the pool. So in your pool bag, you need to make sure you've got their swimwear. And we made the massive mistake on our first year that we didn't pack swimwear. So make sure you've got swimwear, sun cream, armbands, anything you might need for a first day. If you've got babies, then you're going to need your nappies and your changing bag, because you may not see your cases till 5 o'clock. So be prepared that anything you think you might need in that day, take it with you. Usually the cabins are opened around 2 or 3 o'clock. Once the cabins are open, there'll be an announcement. So when you get on the ship, you can go to your cabin and pick up your room key if you've got a drinks package, because your drinks package will be connected to your room card. But if the corridors are shut, because often the corridors are shut and you can't get to your cabin, then when you go to the bars, they take your room number and it's all registered. Once those cabins are opened, you can then go and drop anything you want to drop off, any bags that you want to drop and get rid of. You can go and drop all that off as long as your cabin is open and get your key. Once you go to your cabin and visit your cabin for the first time, I find this is a really good opportunity with the kids to go in and set balcony rules. If you've got a balcony cabin, we set those on the first day that nobody ever went onto the balcony unless we were present. Be reassured that the balconies have got locks at the top now, the doors, so that even if you can try and open it, there is a lock at the top that you can lock, and it's like a pull down lock. It's really quite stiff, so that you can do that anyway. When our kids started to get to the age where, I don't know, when there was like 12, 13, when they might want to nip back to the cabin to grab a game or something, there was rules and they were set on day one. You never step out. That was we made a big deal of that they never stepped out on that balcony unless we were present. Even if we were in the room or in the bathroom, that was the rule. No climbing on the balcony chairs, obviously all those things that we made sure we did that and made a big deal of doing that every time, so that was fresh in their mind if we had a balcony. And then the last thing is to think about your dinner, because again, the first day on your first cruise is daunting. It's like there's people everywhere, there's people getting on, some people have never cruised before, there's people sat about, it's chaos. Once everything starts to settle in and everybody gets their flow around the ship and everybody finds their place, everything calms down and they're really nice environments, but that first day can be a bit daunting. So think about your dinner. You can book it in your app. If you've got kids that want to eat at a certain time, book it before you get on the ship. I wouldn't do speciality dining on the first day because it's all a bit overwhelming. Obviously you get into the ship, you might have a few drinks. I don't know, the kids are going to be in the pool or they're going to be trying out all the activities that are open. You're going to go and sign up for the kids club. You might not get your luggage till late. Sometimes your luggage comes quite late. You don't want to be panicking about missing dinner. Be prepared that you could be wearing whatever you've worn in the day. Hopefully not. I always have a little bit of spare makeup in my bag, just some blusher, and so that if I need to, and a hair clip, so that I can go to dinner if need be. But if you want to eat in the main dining room, book it, get it booked, or go and be prepared to queue. And the queue is always big on the first night. And again, after the first night, everything settles down. But it's just that first day chaos of everybody getting to a hotel resort, which doesn't happen, does it? When you go to a hotel, people are filtering in and out all the time. On a cruise, they all arrive at once. Book your dinner, be chilled on the first day, and just remember that when you wake up on the second day, everything will be a lot calmer. My last tip that we swear by and do every time we cruise now is don't attempt to go for breakfast on the first morning after you've slept on the ship. Arrange to have room service. You can get free complimentary breakfast on most cruise lines. Royal Caribbean do it, and NCL, I can't remember if there's a small charge. If you have cooked goods, then you pay a little bit extra, but it's worth every penny to get breakfast sent to your room. We get a continental breakfast, a couple of pots of coffee, and we enjoy that morning on our balcony rather than going up at the same time as everybody else to the buffet restaurant. After that, everybody starts to settle down into their own groove and get up at different times, get up and get off the ship. But that first morning, again, is just a bit chaotic. So just get through that first day and first morning, enjoy it, chill out, and just have a bit of a strategy of book dinner, book room service for breakfast, take what you might need, then the rest of the cruise you can go with the flow. I hope that helps. Any questions, please do ask in the comments. Check out our other cruise videos for lots of tips and trips. I will drop the link to Mini Travellers below. We've got lots of blog posts, we have lots of tips on cruising and other holidays. And thank you so much for watching. Happy cruising.